Welcome to Well Worth a Visit. Today we're at Eden Camp in Malton, North Yorkshire, the only remaining authentic World War II POW camp. Steve Jakes, you're the curator here at Eden Camp Museum. What exactly was a POW camp?
POW stands for Prisoner of War Camp. It was actually built in 1942, had the prisoners here, but were basically from the fields afar. The Italian prisoners who were here first from 1942 to 44, then we had the German prisoners from 1944 onwards. A lot of those actually came from North Africa, and they were with us through until about 1948. It was then used in the early 50s, believe it or not, as a holiday camp. People would actually come here for a couple of weeks' holiday to go and work out on the local farms to help get the food production going again.
And how did they keep all these prisoners in, Steve?
Well, really, with the prisoners, it wasn't too much of a problem. They were very well looked after. There wasn't a lot going back on in their own countries, so there wasn't a real great desire to leave. There's only ever one recorded attempt of escape here at Eden Camp, and it was to do with one of the prisoners wanting to get out to go into town one night. The barbed wire was here, but the lookout post is something that we've added to create the Colditz type image that people envisage prisoner of war camps having. So no, I don't think there was a real need for all the barbed wire, but they did have a certain regime, a regimented life and rules and regulations that they had to live by. The majority of the prisoners would go out and work on the local farms. Smaller farms would get 1 or 2 prisoners, the larger farms would pick up 10 or 15 prisoners, probably a guard as well, and off they'd go for the day's work. So they were actually befriended by the farms, by the people on the farms. They would give them a bit of extra food, and in return the prisoners in the spare time would probably make toys and presents for the children.
So I see you've used all the different huts to recreate different wartime situations. Tell me about the Blitz.
Well, the Blitz in particular is actually a bombed out street. We've created the devastation that took place on many a night across Britain, and basically you walk through, there's the air raid warden, he's lying unconscious, there's smoke, the water mains are bust, there's all sorts of action going on, and through movement, sound, lighting, smells, even smoke machines, we endeavour to transport you back in time.
Charlie calling Blacklock Tower. Charlie calling Blacklock Tower. How do you receive? Over.
We've recreated a bomber command control room, and basically you can see the operation crew guiding back home the Lancaster bombers back home safely to base. People are often confused as to why we've built a U-boat on site, but the U-boat was a major factor on the rationing that was going on in this country. Basically, the U-boats were out there sinking the convoys, so we thought it would be very fitting and appropriate to actually transport the visitor back through a U-boat and give an idea of what a submarine must have been like. Basically, we try and cover the social history in great depth here at the camp. The women at war, we cover all aspects, from working in the munitions factories through to the Land Army girls. The actual Save It campaign is where they're out collecting the aluminium pots and pans for the Spitfires, cutting down the iron railings, saving waste food, waste paper. It's a very active hut. Again, it's a full-size area where you walk through and you feel as if you're actually there taking part with the campaigns. We're not your usual sort of glass cape type museum. We've tried to reconstruct people's living rooms, shopfront scenes in an endeavour to make it come to life.
Well, although it's over 50 years since World War II ended, a visit to Eden Camp takes you right back to the Battle of Britain and the sirens calling the British people to the air raid shelters. Today, it's easy to forget just how difficult life was in World War II. But a visit to Eden Camp helps to put things into perspective and is definitely well worth a visit.